I wonder what's in the bag. My name is Greg. You're watching How to Play Paintball. Welcome to a giveaway Wednesday. I don't know if this is actually going to become a thing or not. Just kind of like alliteration, I guess. But what I wanted to do was actually go over the Anthrax Low Gravity pants. Now, these came out at World Cup. I was able to get a pair. Anthrax was nice enough to send me out a pair, so thank you to Jay and the rest of the crew out there for letting me test these things out. I'm going to go through the good, the bad, the ugly, things that I'm going to do another Brutally Honest with these. But I'm also going to be giving this pair away. So make sure that you stay tuned so that way you know exactly how to enter the contest. So first things first. It comes in a actually pretty sweet bag. I've never seen pants come in kind of like, you can see kind of like that mesh kind of bag. So it's going to let your pants breathe if you roll them up and put them in here. So that way all the dirt doesn't get everywhere and all the mud, but it still lets them breathe so they don't get all moldy. And also, I think you might actually be able to wash them in this. Don't quote me on that, but I think this is something that you can actually go ahead and wash them in. That being said, let's open this up. So it's a very simple drawstring, and they just come right on out. The actual pants themselves are pretty nice, actually. When I first saw them, I'll be honest, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know about those. But that's, I don't know, just because they were on a mannequin or maybe because they were just hanging there. And you can't really judge the pants that way because you need to put them on, right? So once I actually put them on, they kind of have like a jogger cut to them. So I really like that. I don't like having pants that are really bulky in my calves or really anywhere on my legs. There's no reason for that. That was kind of a fashion thing a couple years ago in paintball to have more baggier gear. But I'm liking the trend that things are going now because it just makes more sense. It's less that can get shot. It's less that gets in the way. As long as you have materials that are able to stretch, you don't need to have really baggy stuff to be able to move around in. So that's basically what Anthrax was doing here. So all of this here is all like a four-way stretch. So all of that is going to be very, very flexible. You're able to move around very easily in them. When I had them on, I thought that they felt great. I was able to move around. I didn't feel restricted at all. They worked very well. If you do order any of these, anything that you see with that kind of camo design on it is customizable. So if you want to put your team's logo anywhere on there, you can go ahead and do that. The only thing that you can't have colored is the Cordura. And the Cordura is this black material here. It's not necessarily like a Kevlar, but it is kind of like just a more durable material. I like it. It's light, but it has a good strong feel to it, if that makes sense. What also I like about them is that, and you can't see this because I'm touching it, but the knee pad has a little bit of padding in it. It's not a lot, it's just a little bit. And the reason why I like that is having that little bit of extra padding is always nice, just whenever you're diving, because it does go down your shin a little bit. So it has padding as you go down. There's not as much at the bottom, but there is some obviously in the knee area, and then as you go down the leg. So that's a really nice feature. I like that. And also I like it because, let's face it, sometimes you might get shot in the leg, and having something that has a little bit of give to it might help it to bounce. And I like bounces because I can keep playing paintball, right? As you go around the pants, again, there's more of the Cordura. It's just a very durable material. So kind of in the seat of the pants, it goes across like that. But like I said, anything else across here, any of this kind of camo design that you see, you can customize. So if you want to put your team logo, you want to put a picture of your dog on there, you can go ahead and do that. The next thing that's cool is the actual waistband itself. So it does have this kind of like a gel tack material. I'll be honest, again, this was something that when I saw, I thought it looked kind of cheap, but when you put it on, it does the job. It holds. I don't think I had any issues with these falling off or anything like that. So they work really well. So don't let it fool you. This is a very well made waistband here. It almost kind of reminds me of the goggle straps. So it has that kind of a rubber inside them. The other thing is there is no zipper. And why would that be a good thing? Well, for one, most of the time you are going to have a slide shorts on, something on underneath your pants, right? Unless you free ball. If you do that, I don't know how you deal with the chafing, but for most of us, probably 99.9% of us, we wear slider shorts. So having no zipper and all that is actually a good thing. The reason why they still have this flap, though, is it's going to allow you to still pull your pants up, so it's not holding really tight, because kind of, let's face it, your butt usually goes out a little bit more than your hips. So it allows you to be able to pull them up over, and then you can pull it across. And there's a little bit of Velcro here, so that way you can attach it to that side there. It does have a kind of like a shoestring. It's more of a durable shoestring, but that's really that's just what it looks like. Anthrax might have a more technical term, but that's essentially what it is. It's just like a thick shoestring. It's going to do the job. Personally, I'm a fan more of the pull tabs that have the Velcro that go around the hips. That's just me. Even when I worked for Exalt, I personally would like to have those kinds of straps rather than these. Now, the advantage to these is that there's less Velcro, there's less stuff that can break. It's going to make the pants lighter. There's a lot less material. I mean, you think about a shoestring, it's not going to be very heavy. So there are advantages to this. Same thing as there's advantages to having the that pull strap, but also there's disadvantages. You don't want that to break. If that breaks, now you can't tighten your pants. And this is just a good system. The other thing, there isn't a lot, but there is a little bit of padding in the crotch area. So like I said, most of us are wearing slide shorts or some sort of protective gear underneath our pants, and that's going to protect the good bits down there. So you don't have to worry about if you get shot that there isn't going to be anything there. It is a little bit thicker. It's not necessarily Cordura, but it has more of a durable material to it. It's not this like four-way stretch like this stuff. The other thing is along the back there is a bunch of venting. Along the back it literally runs from pretty much where your Achilles tendon is all the way up to almost where your crotch is on the inside of your leg. And this is something that is really nice just because, especially here in Florida, even though we're still in the winter, technically, Florida winters are usually only like a couple days, but it's still a little bit colder. I know everyone's gonna make fun of me because it was like 50 degrees and I was cold, but that's our winters here. But in the summer, it's like 1,000 degrees and like 412% humidity. So it's nice to have venting like that in the back of the leg just to help your leg breathe a little bit. The last thing I wanted to bring up with the pants is the little cuff link on the bottom of the leg. Now, the reason why I like this is that I don't like having straps across there. It's just bulky. It's going to catch on stuff. What's good with this is it has a little bit of elastic on the back part. So actually, I was able to kind of slip this over the top of my my cleat because I wear like mid-rise cleats, and it fit pretty well over that. And also, it's just going to hold not too tight, but tight enough that it's not going to move around too much. So it's definitely a feature that I thought was really good. Okay, let's go on to Brutally Honest. Okay, so Brutally Honest. Let's go over that a little bit. Overall, I would say that they are good pants. I'm not saying that they aren't. Again, remember with Brutally Honest, I'm going to be brutally honest. What is it that I would change personally? This is all stuff that I think should be adjusted. One is the actual zippers themselves. I don't like personally how they just kind of stick out in the middle of your legs. While that is okay, my cat really wants to play with these. While that's okay while you're playing, I don't know. I just don't like having the zipper there. I'd rather it be further back on my leg, so that way when I slide, it's going to kind of go flat on there. Whereas this, I don't know what's going to happen. I never had to do any Superman dives with this when I was testing these out, but yeah, I don't know. And I know that this is being nitpicky, but it's just something that I feel like the pocket should have been moved a little bit. The only other thing that I would say with these pants is the placement of the pod swab pocket. They're very low. You can see that they are at pretty much the bottom of the pant here. So this is the very bottom, and then that's the end of the pod swab pocket, and then that's the top right there. The reason why I don't like this is I like having them where they're closer to like your IT band. If you guys know where that is, it's on like your thigh, on the outside of your thigh. I personally like to have them along there just because it's easier if I'm sitting there shooting and I need to take it out and swab real quick. I don't have to reach down and grab it and pull it out. It's just easier to pull out if it's right there because your hands are going to naturally kind of sit right there when you put your arm down. With these, I didn't have any issues when I was running, when I was sliding, anything like that. It's just something that when I'm in a bunker and I'm kind of pushed up against it, having to grab it from my calf, I don't know. I just didn't really like that all that much. Again, this is being nitpicky, but it's something that I feel like that pocket should be further up on the pants themselves. All right, so I am going to be giving these away. What I'm going to do, they are size medium. I'm about a 30 or 32 waist, and these weren't snug at all. So kind of take that into consideration when you're going to go and enter for this contest. I'm going to be sending these out. I'm going to put the dates down here along with the email that you need to send it to. Now, with that, you need to email me. In the subject line, please put either Anthrax or Low Gravity Giveaway. That way I know what it is that you're entering. Down here, like I said, I'm going to have when I'm going to be doing the drawing for that. So you need to make sure that you get in your entries before then. If you don't get in before then, sorry, you won't be able to be entered into that contest. The only other requirement is that you need to be in the U.S. I'm going to be covering the shipping, so ultimately I really don't want to spend, $50 to send it somewhere. So I am going to be giving these away. Like I said, you need to be in the States. All the information is down here. Make sure you send that email as soon as possible. It is going to be random. Please don't send more than one email, and make sure that you comment down below. Just comment done or something like that, so that way I know that you did enter. And make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already. I am going to be doing more giveaways. I literally have one in the other room that I'm going to be doing. So make sure that you're subscribed. It's some really sweet stuff, so make sure you want to be on the list for that one. You can go ahead and click that bell as well, so that way you know right when it is that I release a new video. But guys, I hope that this helps you out. Ultimately, they're a great pair of pants. I think that they fit very well. They move very well. It wasn't restrictive. There's always going to be something brutally honest, so please don't think that I hate these pants because of those things that I had said. It's just something that I wanted to make sure that you guys knew what it was that I would change if I was the one that was designing them. But again, I hope that this video helps you out. And as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.